Morning, guys. Today is a big day. I'm finally putting in the Maxxair roof fan vent in my van. It was supposed to happen last weekend, but something came up and I couldn't do it. So I'm doing it today. I have to go to Home Depot to pick up a few supplies. I need sealant and a metal blade for my jigsaw, things like that. I'm a little nervous, I will admit. There's something about cutting that first hole in your perfectly watertight van that is remarkably terrifying. However, I've done my research and I've watched plenty of videos on how to do it, and I've read some blog posts that had step-by-step instructions with pictures, which was really helpful. So I'm confident I can do it myself. My oldest son, Keaton, is coming over to help me. He's mostly going to be holding the camera, handing me things, because I really want to do this myself. Like I said, I'm nervous about doing it, but how hard could it be, right? It's just cutting a hole and putting in a fan. I'm sure I'll run into some snags. I might make some mistakes, but you will learn from that because I'm going to show you everything as I always do. It's a really exciting day for me because I feel like once that fan is in, then I can actually use the van. I have everything I need for my bed set up. I just haven't installed it because I'm waiting to install the ceiling fan. I do have those two slider windows that are going to go above the bed on either side, and I don't really want to put a mattress in there until I've cut those holes and things. But once the fan is in, I can put the braces for the bed in, and then the windows, they'll be here in another week or so, I think. And I have ordered more insulation because I, for some reason, definitely had a brain fart and didn't order nearly enough. I don't know what I was thinking. So I haven't insulated yet. Again, I was waiting to insulate until I had cut these openings because I don't want metal shavings in everything. Today is the big day. I'm headed to Home Depot. I'm going to film it all for you, and I'm super excited. So let's get this thing done. I bought a couple plastic drop cloths and I've taped them up along the roof. First thing I want to do is make a template that's 14 by 14. Now we're going to go into the van and we're going to put this on the ceiling and mark it off and then drill a center hole. All right, let's go into the van. Here goes nothing. Oh my God. Well, first hole. Now I'm going to get up in the roof and find that center hole, draw out my template. See how it goes. Okay, we're up on the roof now. Here's the hole that I drilled up. So now I'm just going to center my template, make sure it's where I want, match the holes up, make sure it's where I want before I draw out the shape. I swear, getting the camera angle is the hardest part of this whole process. Okay, let's trace around this template. Let's see where we want it. That looks really good. Okay, I'm going to actually trace around it with Sharpie because I think that will make a much cleaner line. Let's just do the corners first. Make sure that we like where this is at. Oh, no. Need to move it over. See? It's a good thing I did that. Alright, let's snug it over a bit. That's better. There. Now, let's keep going here. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to file down the edges and give it a spray with the rust primer. I should probably test fit that flange though. Let's do that actually before we do anything else. Yes. So now I'm just going to wipe this down with some rubbing alcohol or denatured alcohol so that I can get all of the grime and rest of the metal shavings off. And so that the butyl tape will stick to it really well. The next step is to give it a good spray with the Rust-Oleum primer. I can see I'm going to need to hose this roof off when this is all said and done because there are a lot of little metal shavings here that could potentially lead to rust problems in the future. Okay, I think that's good. For now, let's let that dry. Let's go downstairs. Let's go down and see what we can do inside while we're waiting for that. So what we're going to do is frame this out so that when we put the bracket or the flange on and screw it down, it has something to screw in to inside. So.
Look at that pencil I was just using. Ah, thank you.
I wish this was coming out a little smoother, but I think if we can just get it to stick long enough to screw into, we'll be fine. So now we're going to put this bracket down, this flange down. And what you want to remember about this is you want these metal clips to be facing sideways, not front to back. That's really important. I don't know why, but that's what they said. It's really important. So I'm going to pre-drill all of these screws. I'm just going to mark them on here. I had started putting the butyl tape down and then realized I'd just have to pre-drill through that sticky stuff. So I pulled it up and we're going to do this, and then I'm going to lay that stuff down, mark where each of these screw holes is going to be, and then pre-drill them. I bought myself an actual drill bit that's made for drilling metal. You're going to want to do that for your jigsaw blade and for your drill bit. Make sure that it's one for metal.
Well, a lot of the adhesives we're using today are not really panning out.
Just gonna set this in here. Hope for the best. Okay, we are in. Press down on that godforsaken butyl tape. This would be going through there. Ah,
There you go.
okay, good. So we know it fits. That's what we wanted. Now I'm gonna just set it over here carefully, and we're gonna seal the heck out of it to get this nice and watertight. Okay, so I have to cut this at a 45-degree angle. We're gonna make a small cut to start with, and then you can always make it bigger after. Think that's too small?
Nah.
Let's give it a try. They didn't really say to gob it on, so guess I'm gonna be gobbing it on.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we get all the little edges. All right, so we're gonna mount it. Make sure the wires are hanging down. That's kind of an important piece here. And then we're gonna set this in. We know it worked the last time, so it should work this time. Oops. Is it in on that side?
Looks like.
Okay. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I thought I had it backwards for a second there. But no, that's right. It's supposed to be pointed that way because that way when it rains, it's sheltered. Which is what makes these things so good. Whew. Well, that took longer than I expected. But it was a steep learning curve. I think we got her. So, I don't have the wiring hooked up yet. But that's it for now.